The most concerning long-term influence operation is the systematic capture of educational institutions. So the ADL has UK educational programmes targeting students aged 11 to 14 and above across England, Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland. The ADL's most significant UK operation involves educational programming developed in partnership with the Board of Deputies of British Jews. The key initiative is DASH, Digital Anti-Semitism for High Schools, launched in 2022, targeting secondary school students. Key features include a joint development with the Board of Deputies of British Jews, direct meetings with UK Education Secretary Bridget Phillipson, plans to develop teacher training modules. ADL CEO Jonathan Greenblatt, this initiative marks the first of many similar programs we plan to implement globally. Teaching students about anti-Semitism is legitimate and necessary. Is it? Holocaust education and combating hatred are important educational objectives. The question isn't whether these topics should be taught. Well, maybe they should be taught, yeah. The question is, should an American organisation with documented intelligence sharing relationships with a foreign government and extreme partisan political alignment be developing the curriculum content for British school kids? And should this happen without full disclosure of the organisation's foreign connections? Did you know any of this? I didn't. I didn't know this was going on in schools. And this isn't universities, this is schools. Qatar foundations, Georgetown captured. Remember, they spent $1 billion over, 20 years. According to the documents, Georgetown's Qatar-founded programs function as platforms for what the documents call political Islam and anti-Israel activism. The allegations include the Centre for Contemporary Arab Studies, the CCAS, promotes Muslim Brotherhood-aligned perspectives. Oh, I've heard of them before. I can't think where though. Anyway, Prince Alawid bin Talal Centre serves as the primary resource for authoritative information on Islam. Is there such a thing? Faculty appointments coordinated with Qatari governmental oversight at an American university. Alumni Network places Qatar-influenced graduates throughout the US State Department and intelligence agencies. Riddled with agents. Your agencies are riddled with foreign agents. The partnership with the RAND Corporation through RAND Qatar Policy Institute allegedly provides Qatar with influence over research agendas and policy recommendations. So these are serious allegations about foreign government control over American educational content and faculty appointments. Georgetown would dispute these characterizations, of course they would, arguing their academic programs maintain independence and integrity. Do they? Do they really? With that kind of money flowing in, it's hard to turn the tap off. The question is, with over $1 billion in funding, does Qatar have effective veto power over faculty appointments, research topics, or curriculum content that might challenge Qatari interests? The documents allege yes, but Georgetown would presumably say no, but the scale of funding certainly creates potential for influence, whether or not it's being exercised. UK government analysis concluding Saudi funding of British universities promotes illiberal, bigoted Wahhabi ideology. Now, this is a government-funded analysis through Islamic study centres. The Henry Jackson Society report found that systematic funding of UK mosques and universities, the number of Salafi mosques increased from 68 to 110. In the minority of cases, UK institutions run directly from Saudi Arabia. Majority of cases, they show the money simply buys foreign donors' influence. This represents foreign government funding being used to promote specific religious interpretations within British educational and religious institutions. Is this religious freedom and cultural exchange, or is this foreign ideological influence operations? I know where I'm coming down, but you think, you look at it, you come to your own conclusion. Educational influence is perhaps the most insidious form of foreign operations because it operates over decades and shapes how entire generations understand the world. The long march through the institutions. When foreign governments fund educational programs, determine curriculum content, influence faculty appointments, and shape research agendas, that's not international cooperation. That's institutional capture. The question is, are Western universities and schools so desperate for funding that they've sold effective control to foreign governments? Once you've captured educational institutions, the next step is controlling information flow through media operations. Al Jazeera, state-funded media. Qatar operates Al Jazeera as a state-funded media organisation with extensive UK broadcasting reach. They tried to buy the Telegraph. A £1.2 billion bid for Telegraph Media Group was blocked by UK government over public interest concerns. The lobby investigations coordinated undercover operations targeting UK political system. Systematic coverage advancing Qatari foreign policy interests. The blocked Telegraph acquisition is particularly significant. The UK government determined that Qatari state control of a major British newspaper posed unacceptable public interest concerns. That's the British government officially assessing Qatari media operations as a threat to UK interests. For balance, Al Jazeera produces legitimate journalism and has broken important stories. Many of their reporters are credible professionals, but the organisation is funded by the Qatari government. And the Telegraph acquisition attempt suggests ambitions beyond journalism into direct control of British media institutions. When that kind of money has been pumped into your institutions, what do you expect impressionable young people to come to the conclusion? What conclusions can they come to? Their teachers are telling them this, their lecturers are telling them this, their peer group is picking up on it, and they have people that have been brought up to be indoctrinated in effectively what's a cult. So no wonder we have so many people on the streets protesting about a war that is really nothing to do with us. The ADL Wikipedia manipulation. As mentioned earlier in 2021, it was revealed that ADL staff had extensively edited Wikipedia articles about the organisation itself, potentially violating the platform's conflict of interest policies. This represents information control operations targeting one of the world's most accessed information resources. And whether you wholly trust or don't that resource, I think that's something you have to look at. But it is a resource that a lot of people will use. And when an organisation edits its own Wikipedia pages to shape public perception, that's not advocacy. That's information manipulation, or in simpler terms, it's just propaganda. Isn't it? What about the Heritage Foundation Media Strategy? Project 2025 Global Expansion. Heritage President Kevin Roberts travelled to France in June 2025 to coordinate with European far-right movements, with Le Monde describing him as one of Trump's most zealous ideologues. This signals Project 2025's transformation into what the documents describe as a global operation. Heritage operates extensive media and communications operations, promoting conservative policy positions internationally through the Atlas Network coordination structure. What about the Muslim Brotherhood, their UK media operations? The documents describe the Muslim Brotherhood operating its international headquarters from London, maintaining extensive influence networks across British institutions. The UK government review identified Muslim Brotherhood as a range of organisations loosely associated together, but without common command and control. Key components include the Muslim Association of Britain. Government review found dominated by the Muslim Brotherhood. The Islamic Society of Britain, originally Muslim Brotherhood controlled. The Muslim Council of Britain, Muslim Brotherhood founded, dialogue suspended since 2009. The UAE sanctioned 8 UK-based organisations in January 2025 alleging Muslim Brotherhood connections, creating diplomatic tensions since the UK government does not recognise the Muslim Brotherhood as a terrorist organisation. So we've seen foreign-linked organisations attempting to acquire major media properties, manipulating information platforms, coordinating international media strategies, and operating media organisations that present themselves as independent but serve foreign policy interests. The pattern is clear. Whoever controls information shapes reality. And you know that to be true, especially after having lived through the last 5 years. Whoever controls the information shapes the reality.
As this just is